in favor of the officers that you're filing the complaint against. It's not whatsoever. It's like a Band-Aid. You know, you're the complainant. You think something's going to happen. You think you're going to get justice. You think that these individuals are going to be held accountable. But when it comes down to it, that's not it's just there to give you some sort of peace of mind to say, okay, we're actually going to do something, but we're really not doing something, right? And then the Band-Aid's ripped off to find out that the whole system, the whole process is not for you to get the justice that you deserve. It's really to help the officers know that, okay, next time you got to be a little bit more careful with how you're dealing with other individuals. So it's an unfortunate process. I really think it's bias. It's not in favor of the complainant whatsoever.
Let's look at the silver F-150's dash cam. Here we can see it. That's on the rate of sin. We go down and zoomed in by 50%, and you will see that it wasn't Wayne's truck moving on her dash cam, because it makes it look like if he moved, it was her actual cruiser that moved. Wayne was stopped. He did not move when they both just decided to use their hostile aggression to slam the truck. Let's take a look here. Okay, this is Underwood's report. I, for one, still believe that Silver Truck can be an undercover detective, because I do believe, looking at overall facts, that we could have been definitely set up by the police from the beginning. And as for even looking at, PC audit or Ontario audit, what happened to him with the Halton Regional Police, how they set him up with the undercover cop in the silver truck. But let's look at what she claims. Okay, as I state, U-turn was made because that was where they took our dogs. Though they gave us the Oakville Town Hall, initially claiming our dogs were there, when we were at the Oakville Town Hall, they said no, it is the animal shelter, and they gave us the address. Okay, I can prove that they knew this, but yet they decide, let's manipulate the disclosure, which they have done. They manipulated and lied on the disclosure. She can't even put they were at the animal shelter picking up the dogs where we took the dogs to. No, but that would destroy their story. Anyways, she claims, where is this? She observed vehicle doing U-turn at the plaza to go back WB Cornwall. Vehicle was up in shoulder and grass on north curb. We were not on the grass, we were at the shoulder because we were looking to verify. As you can see, it's a hidden entrance, and you can't see it from the road. It is a hidden entrance. To verify. Weren't moving, didn't move. As vehicle approached me, she claims she observed damage to the front end of chrome bumper. Yeah, I bought it with the chrome bumper damage. If that's their excuse for slamming into my truck, that's gonna fail. She puts she intended to pull in front to prevent the vehicle from running. So nobody showed we were running. This is them trying to make a criminal case out of this, making their actions, verify that what they did was correct. She immediately pulled in front, left corner of the vehicle to pin the vehicle and prevent further movement of the vehicle. There was no further movement. She is deliberately trying to change the scenario to suit them. We did not move. There was no further movement. When we're going to look at her dash cam, and it's good that we actually have that silver truck video, because the movement from her dash cam is actually from her vehicle moving, not from the truck moving. So she came to the driver's side, and Male was just staring straight forward and appeared zoned out. We will also look at her dash cam. You'll see. Is she Superwoman? No, no one human can see that. It didn't even happen. He wasn't zoned out. Didn't happen. And she goes driver's side. Look where she is, was zoned out. Look how fast and quick action it was when Verono, goes to open. You'll see in her dash cam, open the driver's side door. It was locked. He knocked on it. Wayne, unlocked the door. Yeah, he should have just rolled down the window, and then maybe Verono would have done the legal thing and told Wayne why we were being pulled over, but he didn't. She goes, open the door and order the driver out. They didn't order the driver out. Verono grabbed Wayne, and you can clearly see that, and grounded him. There was no orders. There was just a grab and ground. It says he failed to comply and just sat in the car. His eyes were glassy and he had 1,000-yard stare. But how can you see this? How did he just sit in the car when as soon as the door was opened, Verono grabbed him and slammed into the ground? Once again, here she is fabricating lies. As Verono, this is this sort of, this must be acceptable in the Halton Regional Police to lie and fabricate evidence, and I will prove this. She claims she also saw an open beer can in the center console and female passenger, and the vehicle was still running. Yeah, it was still running because you didn't even give Wayne a chance, really. He was stunned. I was stunned. That hit was very hard on my truck. We were both stunned with the hard hit. When you feel, and it was a hard hit, you're going to be stunned. Anyways, there was no open beer can in the center console. Those beer cans, those beer Wayne had bought, they were at the back seat of the passenger side on the floor. There was no beer can in the passenger seat. If there was a beer can in the passenger seat, I was filming. She should have then, with me filming, tell me there's a beer can. We're going to be also holding you and testing you right now for alcohol, which they would have found me a big fat zero because there's never been any type of pullover with me with any type of alcohol content because I don't drink and I don't even do weed or drugs. I voted against, let's be honest. I'll be honest. I did not even want the whole marijuana. So I was one of those who voted no because I don't think, marijuana, to be honest. That's my view. Everybody can have their own point of view. But don't even do that. So her fabricating it, that also makes another hole in her story. Why then if she observed this, why didn't she pull me out? Plus, on my phone, right, I have the screenshot. There's a walkie-talkie there. In her evidence photos, no walkie-talkie was there. It was moved. You can't move if you're taking evidence. Secondly, my video shows where we told her that Wayne was just released. How could this happen? Right? Look at the time. She then sets up the photo. Even one is at 11 something. That truck would have been gone to the tow truck, compound. So she went back to set up videos. Same as Verono. He went back hours to set up videos, but he put back the walkie-talkie there. Okay, so I just want to show you this. This is Sergeant Verono. He goes, I then exited my vehicle and approached the suspect's vehicle. I observed the male driver hunched over in the driver's seat. Wayne was not ever hunched over the driver's seat. It goes, when asked to open the door, the male's reaction was severely delayed. You can see by Underwood's own dash cam, there was no, can you please open the door or roll down the window? He immediately goes, you can see, to open the driver's side. It was locked. Knocks on the window. Wayne unlocks it and he quickly grabs him and grounds him to the ground. Um, it's just amazing the amount of lies, that the Halton Regional Police would do. And this is coming from a sergeant, Think about it, a sergeant. Um, he goes, the male then stumbled out of the vehicle. Come on, stumbled? And was extremely unsteady on his feet, resulting in him falling to the ground. While the male was falling, he made no attempt to brace himself. No, he couldn't. You tossed your heavy body on him and grounded him. At this point, police reformed grounds for impaired operation of a motor vehicle. I then placed my knee on the suspect's lower back. No, you sat your whole body on him to keep him from moving out from underneath me and into traffic. How could he move out onto traffic? You're on him. You were always on him, and there was 2 cars there, right? This is just so, I'm sorry, but my anxiety comes from going over like everything that's ever happened to me, stereotypes, racism, dealing with people like this. Do I ever have stories? Anyways, he goes, I attempted to get the male to his feet. However, the male did not attempt to stand up. You have him on the ground, Ferono. You're sitting on him. You put handcuffs on him. If I was, never mind, I wouldn't even ground you like you grounded Wayne. Why don't I put handcuffs, have you handcuffed behind your back, right? And let's see you try to stand up with the handcuffs behind your back. Let alone Wayne sustained injuries to his face, which we have videos from your hard grounding. You're at least double the size of Wayne. Wayne is 125 pounds. Sergeant Ferono is about 250 minimum. The male was unable to move his feet or assist me in getting him to his feet. The male was assisted to the police cruiser and struggled to lift his feet into the vehicle. You just assaulted him. I could smell alcohol on his breath and observe bloodshot eyes and slurred speech. First of all, you can hear Wayne speaking. He never had slurred speech. When did he observe bloodshot eyes? You grounded him and he never had bloodshot eyes because you guys also released him. And, in my video, you can even see us telling Underwood that. And you can see her pause for thought. He goes here, the male was extremely uncooperative. He was very cooperative. Look what you did to him. Sorry, I'm reading this. I'm just reading some of the things I have from the disclosures. He goes, he refused to listen to me while his notice upon arrest rights to counsel. Look at my video. I'll play it. And cautions were read. The male did advise that he wanted a lawyer at 10:05. He also put here at 10:05, it is my duty to inform you that you have the right to retain and instruct counsel without delay. Okay, it's also his duty to abide by the law. Okay, now Ferono made also this thing saying he smelled feces. My video will show that on the ground, well, first of all, he said that the driver's seat was covered in feces. My video will show, if you slow it down, and I'll slow it down, there was no feces on my seat, right? There was no feces. There was no smell of feces. Wayne did urinate himself after Ferono assaulted him and brought him up. You can see after, you can see he did. And that's from fright. That's from the assault. Okay? So I have pictures proving that. And I also have pictures of even before when, I bought the truck. Even before we came to Saskatchewan. There's a picture in, that was in the ad. that shows the seat. So they showed, what stains were already on the seat. It's a 2010 seat. First of all, for Rono, you have the right, before you even step out of a vehicle, to be told why you're being stopped. Well, that was out of the window once Verona hard hit my truck, and it was a very hard hit. I was stunned by that hard hit, and I'm sure Wayne was too. I was trying to ask, and I was trying to be cooperative with Verona, but he kept on shouting at me. I was trying to ask him what was going on because I was confused at this time, and he was just shouting at me. He took away my right to be told why he's demanding me to step out the car. He took away Wayne's right, he took away my right. But he had enough time to go and talk to the silver truck driver. There is some parts in the disclosure where Verona says I got out of the driver's side and not the passenger side. Anybody, when faced with someone who has anger issues like Verona, why would I turn around and exit to the passenger side with my back facing him? He would have ran the same way he assaulted Wayne, would have ran around to the passenger side, assaulted me, slammed me to the ground probably, and sat on me, seeing that he does have massive behavior, aggressive behavior issues. And then what? Then he would have written on the disclosure I was trying to attempt to escape or something. He stated I called 911, he said, in front of him, the non-emergency line. And he claimed that I could be heard, a male could be here screaming at me, and I was swearing at the male. Never was swearing. And the person who was screaming at me, and he knows it, was him, because I didn't have the ride. I was dead tired from not sleeping. I asked for a ride, and he kept on shouting at me that I said no, and no is no, and he was just kept on screaming at that. And whoever answered at the police station, they would have heard, they would have known. They know it's Verona too. I hope they have that recording, because they should bring it. Nobody else that I would have known is around. It was Verona screaming at me and shouting at me, and I never swore at him. And that 911 call, where he claimed I called 911, I was filming. And anyways, guess what? My phone records will prove I never called 911 in front of him. But he just is taking what he read from the disclosure of what happened in the morning when Wayne was intoxicated and repeating it, saying, they can't prove it. I'm a sergeant. No one's going to question me. Anyways, I will add these videos in. What's really important too is when Wayne went back to the police station, he was assaulted a second time by Verona. Verona claims it's because of the way Wayne was behaving. That needs to be seen, because no. I do believe Wayne, that's not his nature. And just like 4 years ago, when the Halton Regional Police all stood around when they watched one officer assault a young man, it's the same thing that happened at the police station to Wayne. They all stood around and watched Verona assault Wayne and also make up a fabrication. So there's perjuries, there's fabrications, but they think, we're police officers. The scary part to me is they do it so easily. How many times have they done this to so many people? And it comes easy. They don't even think about it because they've gone away with it with so many people. I know there was something else that was on my mind here that I was going to say. But, yeah, that video needs to be seen. They also forgot to put 445 Cornwall Road. They misled us to Oakville Town Hall, but that's where they took our dog. So they cleverly left out information also that should have been there. Underwood, notice she left out information that we also told her, that, Wayne was just released and you could see her paws. Secondly, is the fact, like, if it doesn't get any stranger, if it doesn't show you how corrupt they are, they stated on Wayne's disclosure that from his passport, which, by the way, Verono, when I was just getting my wallet, he forgot to say when I was getting my wallet, if he said, I need your backpack to search it, I would have given it to him. But he stretched angrily and he basically pushed me into the chair to grab the backpack and said, this is evidence. You would find nothing in there, right? Even there, okay, Verono stretching to grab the evidence. Once again, I'm the passenger. If the bear can was there, I would have been, brought and given a sobriety, and Verono would have assaulted me too. It's just unbelievable how corrupt, I'm sorry, that they are. And I'm really shocked that, you know, even me trying to bring it to attention, me being mocked every time I called in to the Halton Regional Police to inform them this is crazy. Sergeant Griffin, who ignored me when I sent him an email with all this information, never replied to me. It's really disgusting and shocking. And like I said, it's really scary how many people before and after with these police officers on the force that they're setting up. How many innocent people have been set off up by the Halton Regional Police. But anyways, looking forward to the Human Rights Tribune. When I did the application for human rights, I didn't even have my freedom of information. So I didn't even know the lies that those police officers had told on me and fabricated. I'm really glad. I'm going to tell everybody, always film when dealing with the police. It's not illegal, although Verono tried to make it illegal, make it sound illegal, like if I'm doing something wrong. It's not illegal. Secondly, considering they never placed on Wayne's disclosure about him being held for intoxication and them releasing Wayne, they refuse, and I have the letter, they refuse to give Wayne the freedom of information stating it's tied into, the charge, but never putting any information of that because it then incriminates them because they did not give Wayne in the beginning a sobriety test. They just released him, didn't tell us. So they are really incredible. And for them to try and say that they verified Wayne's passport, that he is the same person as this Canadian man who is black, who is from Halifax, different description, different race, and they say that's him, and they're going to pursue further charges because this guy has a large criminal record while Wayne has no record at all, no criminal record. That's another disgusting, like, it's really unbelievable. To be honest, I see the Halton Regional Police and the fact that, I'm sending these things, and obviously Sergeant Tanner has seen these, and I will be really disappointed if although he's not replied or anything, that's fine, but I would be really, really shocked and really disappointed with him if he hasn't taken any actions, and if he also, like the rest of his police force, is just trying to hide the actions of his police officers. The door gets stuck. What happened? What happened? What happened? Because I wasn't watching.
Out of the car.
I didn't do anything. I wasn't driving, but what happened?
Out of the car.
Okay, I'm going to be taping this if you're going to be, just to say abusive, because I
I'm not
haven't...
being abusive.
Yes,
I've asked you
are.
once, you said no. Let's
No,
go.
because you're being abusive to me. I didn't do anything.
On your feet.
I fell off the friggin' car. He's being abusive, so that this is it.
I asked
I
you to
fell
get out
off.
of the car.
And I was. Look, I fell off
Can you
of
wait?
it.
Can you just pull over and stay? Thank you.
I fell off the car. Can you not see?
Okay.
It fell
Okay.
off of it.
Can you get up?
I don't think you can get over.
Hey, up. Everything's being
Are you
video and audio
videoing this?
recorded in there, okay?
No,
Oh, okay.
Okay. Put your leg up there.
Oh, fine, fine. You're being video recorded, sir. Everyone can see what's happening.
Can you get over here, please?
yes, I fell out the car and I got screamed at.
Excuse me, please.
Stand up.
July 1971.
You're the owner of the truck?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, it's going to get towed.
What happened? I don't even know what happened.
You guys were drunk. That's what happened.
I wasn't drunk. I'm not
He's driving
drinking.
drunk.
Okay?
I'm not even drinking.
It doesn't matter. You're the passenger. Okay. Can you just come sit over here? We don't want you in traffic.
I have my
okay?
somehow when my fell off with the thing. My shoes fell
That's
off
okay.
somewhere.
Just can you sit here? We don't want you in traffic. okay?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I can't take them off right now. Okay, I cannot take them off right now.
I am, because I don't even know what's going on here.
Okay. Everything's being video and audio recorded.
And you were actually at the police station, and they said you weren't drunk when they let you out.
Just been at the police station.
And they said you weren't drunk, so this is incredible.
I need these taken off.
I understand, but I cannot take them off right now. okay?
Loosen them.
Okay, after I read this to you, then we'll talk
Loosen
about
them
that, okay?
now. I request you to loosen them now.
Okay, can you just listen to the few things after I
No,
read to you?
no, because it's dangerous.